Okay. Hello, everyone. Excited to have you on the call tonight. My name is Brooke, and welcome to our Monday night Zoom calls. And I'm just going to ask, I know I'm getting some messages here that people are having some trouble getting on. So let me just make sure that everyone can get on. Awesome. We have so much fun information, you guys, that I want to make sure that everyone can hear it. And we have over 500 people on this Zoom right now, so it's really, really exciting. And I have some really fun friends here with me that are going to share some stories. So you can tell, you guys, that my voice is even a little bit cracky. And the thing is, I just got off a plane from Denver from the coolest event I've ever been to. I've been in Herbalife for 9 years, and never, ever have I been to an event where I came out with such clarity, such certainty, feeling so empowered and so exciting. And we're going to share some of that and those exciting stories with you tonight with some of my friends who were there with us in Denver. So, like I said, my name is Brooke from Minnesota, and I've been in Herbalife for 9 years. I used to be an athletic trainer for a football team, and I was introduced to the Herbalife products through a friend of mine from my hometown who was like, Brooke, you have to try this stuff. It's so amazing. You're going to love it. So I got started on the products. I lost 40 pounds. I went from a size 14 to a size 6, and I kept that weight off. I have a 4.5-month-old son, and so it was very cool to use the products through my entire pregnancy and afterwards, and I'm feeling awesome and have such a healthy family. So it's been really, really fun. I want to have some of my friends here on the line share their stories with you as well. So you're probably going to want to get a pen, get a paper, and take some notes on these stories. So before we get started, the average supervisor in Herbalife, you guys, makes $400 in royalties and commissions, and that's not including their retail sales. So tonight you're going to hear from people and what their retail sales have been with the 3-day programs, and you'll also hear from people who have been Herbalife coaches, and they're making income in multiple different ways. So they're going to share their income with you. They're going to talk about 3-day trials and how many 3-day trials that they're getting out, and it's going to be so exciting. So without further ado, let's throw it over to our first friend on the call. We have Sarah on the line, and Sarah, I know as you're unmuting your line here, I know you were in Denver with your husband, so go ahead and take it away and tell us about your experience.
Awesome. All right. Thanks, Brooke. First of all, I will start with the trials that I have out. And this was prior to Denver. 20 trials, 11 people have them completed. I have gained 5 new clients and 1 new member. And out of that, I've made a profit of $135, and that's just from the trials. So first of all, yes, my name is Sarah. I'm from Minnesota. I was so excited about the trials. I just started off with that. I'm from Minnesota. My story is before Herbalife, I was lacking energy, and I was trying to outwork my poor nutrition. I was introduced to Herbalife through a fit camp. I lost 5 pounds, which was a pretty big deal for me, and in 4 weeks. And now I'm maintaining that while trying to build some lean muscle. So yes, as Brooke was saying, Denver was absolutely amazing. As she said, my husband was there with me. This was his very first event, so I was so excited to come there with me. He took away a lot of stuff, and it was awesome for him to see like the same vision that I've been seeing. And if any of you are friends with any of us on Facebook, you saw that we all did a little selfie and then the post. Well, he did that as well, and this was his very first Herbalife post. Guess what? He got out a trial. So he has a trial out. He is also following up with a handful of other people. So I'm so excited for him to like join, the fun with me. So that was my biggest thing, is like taking my husband there and like getting him on the same page as me. So my post gained me, I have 3 profiles scheduled, and I actually have some clients that kind of fell fell to the side. They contacted me again, and now I'm working with them, and they're getting their orders in, and they actually started their program again like today. So all of this crazy information that we got is just, it's awesome. And I'm sure you're going to talk all about like how to find the information and whatever, but we got these great binders. So the action now is just to keep going with like this momentum that we have. And I learned a lot about how to fill our funnel. So that was my biggest thing, is like now I'm at that point where I need to find more clients. And so that was my biggest takeaway, is how to fill that funnel. And now how easy this is going to be to teach our existing members and new members that come into the business. So pretty excited.
I love it, Sarah. Oh my gosh, congratulations. It's so fun. And how cool to have your husband there with you. It's so exciting.
I know. He was going to get on, and he had to do work, unfortunately. But
that's okay. He was there. He was there at the training, and that's so exciting. And it's really helpful for people on the Zoom who, you know, have a spouse that's like, okay, what is this Herbalife thing? And you're so excited about these 3-day trials. So it's an awesome story for people to hear. So I want to give you guys a sneak peek here at what Sarah was talking about. These are the manuals. I have mine right here that we received in Denver. I've been working with mine all day long. And like Sarah said, we made some Facebook posts at the training, you guys, and I have to share with you, these are my results. This is my piece of paper that I was working with. So I made one post on Facebook. I got 12 responses, 2 trial packs out today, 3 people who are still watching the video, and I have 2 appointments for mini profiles on Friday. So cool, and that's after being in the business for 9 years. So Sarah, it's so cool to hear, like, whether you're new in the business and it's your launch, or you're like me and you've been in the business for 9 years, like the step-by-step 10 steps can work for anyone. It's really, really cool. So congratulations, my friend. Okay, so let's go to our next guest on the call. We have from Wisconsin, Chaslyn. Chaslyn, are you there, girl?
I'm here. Hi, guys. All right, as Brooke said, I'm Chaslyn from Wisconsin. I started Herbalife, and since starting, I'm down 26 pounds and 6% body fat. I started coaching June 15th, and I was lucky enough to start with the 3-day trials. And since then, I have 21 3-day trials out, 16 Lean and Fit customers, 2 HMPs, with one of them being interested in coaching. And my total profit from the trials and Lean and Fit is $1,858.36. So super exciting, and that was just with having just the 3-day trials. So Denver was huge for me. It was my second major event with Herbalife. And a huge takeaway I took was, if you work the system and you're consistent and persistent with it, then you'll continue to move your business forward. And that was so impactful to me, because I think we get really comfortable with where we sit sometimes, and we don't push ourselves forward. And without that, we're never going to get new clients. So it was super, super huge. And so then you have to take action. So I had a 14-hour drive with 2 other girls, and we took that whole time. We stayed up all night. We got home at 7 a.m. and we planned and planned and planned the whole trip home. So my action going forward is I'm going to continue to be aggressive through social media. And by being aggressive, since Saturday already, I have 16 wellness profiles for this week alone. And I'm just going to continue to use this as a living, breathing document, so it never stops. So you just have to remember that when you get to 10, that person's going to go right back to 1, and it's going to continue to start over, and your business will never stop growing. So thank you for having me on the call, and I look forward to everyone being able to take this process and grow their business as a whole organization.
Oh, yes, so fantastic. And I love what you said, because so many people were driving to Denver. So for you guys to have so much fun driving there, go to the training, drive back, and utilize that 14 hours and book that many wellness profiles. You have a busy week, my friend. You better take a lift off. That's so good.
Yes.
Congratulations. And thank you so much for being on the call and sharing your story. So fun to hear. So all of the documents, you guys, that you're hearing Chaz talk about, and all of the 10 steps That is all information that we are going to talk about tonight. So hang with me, okay? But I want to introduce you to another couple who are great friends and awesome business leaders. So I'm going to turn the call over to Michelle and Brian.
Hey guys.
Hey guys, how are you? This is Michelle and Brian from Minnesota. We do the business together as husband and wife. So I just want to introduce myself again. I'm Michelle. Before Herbalife, I had poor digestive health, low energy, and thought I knew it all about getting healthy. So I got started on my own personalized nutrition plan and immediately noticed increased energy on my night shift as a nurse. I have gone on since to lose 5 pounds, 5% body fat, and gain 6 pounds of lean muscle, which is awesome. The best part is that I'm in the best shape of my life, which I wouldn't have even expected. So it's awesome.
And for myself, you guys, I've been actually taking the products for 7 years, been in the business for 6 years. Just been an awesome journey for myself and just along the whole process and the learning process. And so for me, I actually got started on these products because I wanted to gain weight. Yes, I was one of those gain weight people. Couldn't gain weight. I was sick all the time and no energy whatsoever. And here I'm playing college basketball and professional basketball overseas, and this is how I feel. This is how I look. And so it wasn't a good look for me, for myself. And so I got started on these Herbalife products. I saw immediate energy. I just felt amazing off these products. I ended up gaining 15 pounds of muscle. And on top of that, I've just been healthy. And my latest result is that, you know, the best thing about it is that you're able to keep on getting results through the process. And so my latest result, I challenged myself. I did Leadville 100-mile mountain biking race. And you know what? Just kicked butt. I never felt better for 10 hours straight on a bike. So awesome. So that's the product results as far as what both of Michelle and I have had. Now going into the 3-day trial packs, just amazing. Since they've come out, I never really took on the challenge of the 3-day trial packs until most recently. So since doing that, we've gotten out 18 trial packs. 7 of them have gone on to a Lean and Fit program. 2 of them have become members, and that's in the past 90 days. So on top of that, we have profited $1,578 during the past 90 days. And last month alone, we made $6,330 last month. So awesome. Love this company. Love the products.
That's good. Yeah, and like Brian was saying, it's awesome to be involved with it. But I was one of those product lovers for about 3 years before I started the business. So I never wanted to do the business. I would refer all my family and friends to Brian. And it took that one person to say, hey, I don't know Brian, I know you. So I was like, all right, maybe I should learn how to do this. So since starting my business 1 year ago last month, I have now last week decreased my time at the hospital as a nurse, which is awesome because I've replaced my income with Herbalife, which is so awesome. The best part is I'm helping all my coworkers get healthy, one of which is listening tonight, and she's down 10 pounds, 12.8% body fat, and up 20 pounds of lean muscle, and her scrubs are like falling off of her. So it's awesome. And I also want to just show results since Denver, like the other guests have shown, and Brooke. It was a crazy, awesome training, unbelievable. So since Saturday, so 3 days, Brian and I have 5 packs out, which is crazy awesome. One of which is my boss at work. One was a taxi driver to and from the hotel in Denver. And another one's a family member all the way in Chicago. Remind you, we're in Minneapolis, so it's pretty cool. We also have 3 mini profiles booked for tomorrow and 1 new coach as of today. So, and a Lean and Fit program that came out today. So our profit as of today was $148.50 just in the last 3 days, which is awesome. So yeah, we're excited. And then also one of the coaches that was there this weekend, her name's Audra, and I want to share some awesome results with you. So this was her 3rd event, okay guys, so 3rd event, and I know she's listening right now and is super excited too, but she came out, she's got 9 profiles booked, and she's still in Denver for work, so that's so awesome. And she's about to hit her highest volume points this month, which is crazy awesome just because she came to this training and is super jacked up. So her takeaway I wanted to share with all of you because I thought it was really good and wanted to share. She shared with me, don't predetermine or assume people aren't interested or already know about Herbalife. If you open the Herbalife door, they get to decide if they want to walk through it or not. So that was an awesome takeaway that I want to share with all of you.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay, and so my biggest takeaway out of this event was that, so being in the business for 7 years or 6 years, it's just, it's been a crazy up and down roller coaster, but this is the simplest form of duplication I've ever seen, with a step-by-step system that gets us from point A to point B, where we want to go. It's amazing. You follow the steps, that's how you're going to get to your goal. And I'm super excited because it leaves no questions in between. Everything's taken care of for us. And so moving forward, I'm super excited for what it's going to bring us in our future and our journey. So just stay on track and trust the process.
Yeah, and my action step is definitely not to deviate from the 10 steps. We heard that this weekend. They're set up for success, and they're set up to meant to be followed. Don't change the wording, just go through the script. It works. So my action step is to go through each step and thoroughly do and understand it, and then duplicate it to our team. So it's going to be awesome. If we can do it, you guys can do it. So it's awesome. Thank you, Brooke. Let's turn it back over to you.
Oh, so exciting, you guys. And my favorite part about this is the action that you've created. I mean, we haven't even been out of Denver for 24 hours. I know you guys were on the same flight last night. So, you know, we landed at 11:30, and Michelle already has a couple packs out by the time we land. So cool to see the action that you guys are doing. And I love the team takeaways too, Michelle. That was really cool. You know, not only is it happening for you and Brian, but also then duplicating into your team, which is really, really cool to see too. So you guys are rocking it, and I love all of your takeaways. Thank you so much for sharing. So tonight, you guys, there are a few different types of people on the call. So you might be on the call and you're like, I don't know, I just got on the call, I heard about these 3-day trial packs, and I wanted to hear some more stories. So you just heard a whole bunch of stories from people who are getting rocking results. So if that's you, your action item is to contact the person who got you on this call and say, hello, give me a 3-day trial, I'm so excited, I need to start right now. And they'll help you out with that. If you're on a 3-day trial, or you're on a Lean and Fit program and you're on day 1, day 2, or maybe you're a ways into your Lean and Fit program, follow what your coach says, right? They are going to help you get in the absolute best shape of your life. And what's going to happen is people are going to be like, wow, what are you doing? Man, how? You look great. And as that starts to happen to you, your coach will help you to earn some reward points, or even have an opportunity to get a discount on your Herbalife products. Okay, if you're on the call and you're like, man, I'm hearing Brian, Michelle, and I'm hearing Sarah, and I really want to be a coach, I really want to help people, I think this is great, okay, then you want to contact the person who got you on this call and say, I'm ready. I've done my 3-day trial, I love my Lean and Fit, I'm ready to be a wellness coach and help all of the people that are asking me about their results. And what will happen is the next part of the call is going to be for you. Okay, so if you want to stay, you guys, if you got on the call and you're like, I wanted to hear the stories, awesome. Hope you enjoyed the stories. And as you can see, we're so excited. And this call happens every Monday, so you can jump on every Monday and hear new stories from new people all around the United States. Okay, if you're a coach, you're looking to make part-time or full-time income, you definitely want to stay on the call for the rest, probably the next 20 minutes. Because I'm going to help you to go through some of these 10 steps. You heard Chaz talk about the manual. You heard Brian and Michelle talk about 10 steps and duplication. And that's the part of the call that we're going to move into next. So if that's of interest to you, make sure you pay attention. Grab your pen, and I have my notes here that I'm going to share with you guys, and you're going to take some notes. And like I said, if you're here for the products, rock on. I hope you love the stories that you just heard and have an awesome evening. So as we move in to the training portion of our call, I just want to talk to you guys coming out of Denver. So you might be like, well, Brooke, I wasn't in Denver. I mean, I'm so excited that you guys are excited, but I wasn't in Denver. So how do I get all of the information that these guys are talking about? I hear everyone come back in my hub and my community, and they're all excited, but I wasn't there. What do I do? I'm going to help you with that, okay? You might be on the call tonight, and you're like, oh, I'm still so excited from Denver. I don't know what to do, but I came back and I just want to tell every coach in my team, and I just want everyone to be so excited. Okay, just calm down, right? And I'm going to help you with how you can effectively and efficiently deliver the information to your team so that it can duplicate throughout your organization and everyone can take advantage of the 10 steps. Okay, does that help? So this is what we're going to do. I have someone on the call too who's going to help me out with how to explain this, and she's going to share with you some of the options that she has available in her hub too. But first, I want to go back to this manual. So you guys can probably see this website, getstarted247.com. Write that down, okay? And the PIN code for that, you guys, we're going to give you is 1051R, just like this, 1051R. Okay, that's the PIN code to access this. And when you access that website, you're going to see that all of this information that is within my manual is available for you. But what I want to show you is this. There's 10 steps. You can see that's my name because I'm really attached to this binder. I don't want anyone to take it. So there are 10 very specific steps that we learned in Denver. And keep plugging into this Monday night Zoom call, and because we're going to teach you those 10 steps, okay? And the other option is you can go on the website with your mentor and really walk through the steps. But before I have a few options, I want to turn the call over to my friend Jen, and because her and I were talking today, and she had some really, really cool ideas about how she was going to take the information back from Denver and help her new coaches to be successful in her community. So Jen, I'm going to turn it over to you to share a couple options with the group.
Awesome. Hello, you guys. My name is Jen Passy. I'll share my quick story. So before Herbalife, I was an insurance agency owner. I wanted to get started on the products to get in shape for my wedding. I lost 10 pounds, 11% body fat. I have been on these products for 5 years now, and this 10-step process that was launched to us at this epic event in Denver was transforming, you guys. And the very first thing that I did when I got home is I got on my phone and I called my mentor, and I'm like, okay, I don't know if you're taking calls this morning because this event just ended, but I cannot stop thinking about all of the people in my Herbalife family and my team that weren't able to join us in Denver. And I really, really, really want to brainstorm some ideas about how to get this duplicatable system into their hands fast. And so I'm just super inspired by this. So the two options, I was talking in the hub today with my really good friend and my business partner, Carl Larson. We were talking about what are the options that we can give people? And the two things that we talked about, you guys, were option one is going to be a 2-hour workshop where all 10 steps are going to be taught. People can get their manuals, they can get their flip books. We are literally going to take all of the excitement and the momentum coming out of Denver and release it to any coach that is interested in getting the information fast and furious so they can be ready to go and take all these customers they're working with and really step into this duplicatable system right away. So option one is going to be a 2-hour workshop. And option two is we already had talked about facilitating a weekly coaches meeting in our hub. Number one, so we can stay connected with all of the coaches, whether they're part-time or full-time, but also we wanted to have an access for training for them. So if people had questions, we could all come up with answers together, and we are going to implement this 10-step program as a training tool for every single week when we get together for our 30-minute coaches training. So we really took ideas that we have had over the last several weeks, and this 10-step system has been the glue that's putting it all together. We couldn't be more excited to share the information with all of the coaches who weren't able to join us, because the number one thing, like Michelle said, is do not deviate. So if you weren't in Denver, you don't know what not to deviate from. So that's what we're going to do for our team. It's going to be amazing.
I love it, Jen. So these are such great ideas because there are people on the call, Jen, that are like, okay, I personally need the information. Awesome. That's one side of the coin. And then there are also people on the call tonight that are like, okay, I got the information. How do I deliver it to my team? So either of Jen's options facilitate each of those coaches. Okay. So yeah, you could attend, you could set up and you could attend, right, a little workshop like Jen's going to put on with her local coaches in her hub. Right? Or you could do a weekly thing like Jen's talking about that people could plug into. And Jen, you happen to be doing this live because you're in a community that has a hub. If you're not in a community that doesn't have a hub, no problem, right? You could get on a Zoom call with a group of people and you could go through the website step by step by step. You could individually get on the phone with your mentor and walk through the steps. You could, I mean, what else could you do? You could, I don't know, sit down in a hub and meet with your mentor and go one-on-one through the steps. The whole point of this, you guys, is that no matter what you do, let's say you are needing the information, okay? I would get a hold of your mentor, your upline tab team, or who's ever going to support you through this system and say, okay, I want to walk through this like I'm a brand new person. And you can go on the website, you can download the manual, print it off and put it in your binder. And you can also download the flip books that we got and print that off so you have that for yourself as well. And you have all the tools that you need and go step by step through the system and learn the process. You know, 9 years in the business, you guys, I'm doing exactly what Michelle said. I'm going step by step. I promise you, I have put every Facebook message in there exactly like the book says, and it actually works. I was so excited. So it's just cool to see that what happens as the system is duplicated. And I think, Jen, you hit it on the head when you said the duplication of the system is key, and don't deviate from the system. So one of the things you see is as you're in Denver and you're so excited and you hear, okay, follow the system step by step. And then we come home and there might be 20, 30, 40 coaches in our community and everyone has awesome ideas. And all ideas are awesome, but here's the thing, the system works. So hold the integrity of the system as you duplicate it to your team. Make sure to not deviate from the steps, and that as you teach your team, as you talk to the coaches in your community, the steps are always the same for everyone. I've always been taught that the minute you change one little thing and you're like, oh, it's just one little thing, it won't even matter. Oh, it matters. It matters, and you've completely lost the duplication of the system. So hold the integrity and the duplication of the system. Don't deviate from the steps, and it'll really, really help in your communities. So hopefully you guys have gotten some ideas. So what I would do right now on your piece of paper, okay, I would say, let's list out some options. What are my options as I leave this call tonight to either get the information for myself or to take the information I received in Denver and duplicate it to my team? Let's just make a list. So number one, Jen said you could have a live workshop and you could invite the coaches in your community. And how do you invite them? Okay, maybe you actually, I know, old school, right? You pick up the phone and you call them and you invite them to come to this workshop that you're gonna have where you share all the information. And as they come to the workshop, they already have their manual printed, they already have their 3-ring binder and their flip book, and you're gonna teach them exactly what to do with that flip book and with that manual, okay? So you could call people, you could private message them on Facebook and invite them. Maybe you have a team Facebook page that you could post it on, or you have a hub Facebook page that you could post it on. You could reach out to your organization, however you usually do that, and say, hey, we're having this live workshop. That's a great option, okay? Option number 2 that I heard was you could have a little hour-long weekly coaches meeting. That was Jen's option number 2, right? So I'm gonna write weekly coaches meeting, okay? And maybe you do 10 little meetings, or maybe you do 5 weeks of meetings and you spend 30 minutes on each step. However you wanna break it up, however works best for you, okay? But you could have a weekly coaches meeting. You could have option number 3 that I heard was you could have a Zoom call, exactly like we're having right now. That would be a great option to help teach your team. That's a great option if you don't have a hub local to you. Or let's say your mentor lives in Minnesota and you live in Denver. Great, get on a Zoom call, go through the steps together. That's a really great option, okay? So you could do a Zoom call. I'm gonna give you a 4th option is every Monday night, okay, at 8 o'clock on this call, get on, because not only are you gonna hear exciting stories, right, and your team is gonna hear exciting stories, but your team will be trained on the 10 steps. They will be trained on the GetStarted247.com website and how to utilize it to the best of their ability and how to duplicate it to grow their royalty check. So I'm gonna write number 4 as the Monday night Zoom call. Monday night Zoom call. And on that note, really cool, okay, if you go to mondayzoom.com, okay, so the word Monday and then ZOOM.com, every week, you guys, if you go on mondayzoom.com, same exact pin code, which would be 1051R. So type that in, and you can register to get on this call right on that website. So you don't have to know the code. You don't have to post the code on your team page. You don't have to, mistype the code and not be able to get on the call. You want to talk about duplication? Holy moly. I was so excited about that. I was like, you just go to this website, you type in the code, and you're going to get on the call. There's no confusion. There is no opportunity to mess it up. It's super easy. So I would write that down. MondayZoom.com. Put it in your calendar every Monday at 8 o'clock. Even if you are doing some of the other methods that we mentioned, option number 4 of the Monday Night Zoom is still a really great option. Okay. Let's see. What were our other options, Jen? We had live workshop. We had weekly coaches meeting. We had a Zoom call. We had the Monday night Zoom call. Option number 5 is you could actually just sit down one-on-one with someone. Okay. So you could sit down one-on-one with your mentor. Okay. And you could go through the 10 steps. That would work. They could walk you through the website. This is what I would say. I'm going to write, sit down with your mentor one-on-one and walk through the website. That's a great option 5. Okay. Now, I'm sure you're on the call like, Brooke, I can think of 5 other options. Awesome. The whole point is that you do one of them. Okay. It's our job, right, as people who want to grow a business, whether that be part-time or full-time, to duplicate the information and make sure that we deliver it to the best of our ability. So here's what I would recommend with the website is go through every single step and go through them in order, okay? So sometimes we're like, okay, well, step 1's cool. I did that. I ordered my 10-pack. Great. Okay, well, step 2, I think I have that, so I'm not sure that I need to do the social media posts. I don't really think I'm going to do that, so I'm just going to go to step 4. No, that's not the system, okay? Go through the steps 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in that order because, number 1, it trains you. Number 2, like Michelle said, you're going through the steps that will allow you to go back and to teach the steps, okay? And what you teach is exactly what we'll duplicate, so make sure to teach the steps in order. It's so great, okay? So I feel like we came up with 5 really solid options. So Jen, did we miss any options? I don't think we did. She's like, nope, those were our 5. So let's just relist them. You could have a live workshop like Jen suggested. You could have a weekly coaches meeting live in person in your hub with all of your community coaches. You could have a Zoom call just like we're having tonight and share information and share questions, okay? You could get on the Monday night call, this exact call, every Monday night and learn the steps as we go through them as leadership, one at a time. Or you could sit down one-on-one with your mentor or with your team and go through the steps in order. The whole point is that somehow, some way, you're going to take the information that you learned in Denver and distribute it to your team in a really, really duplicatable fashion, okay? So right now we have 5 options for things or ways that you could teach your team or ways that you personally could collect the information from Denver. So now what I want you to do is star the one that you're going to do. Which one are you going to do? I'm going to contact my mentor and set up an appointment with them and help them, have them help me go through the steps. If you chose option number 5, put a star on that. And then go to your calendar tomorrow and say, contact my mentor, set up an appointment to walk through the steps. If you set up an appointment with your mentor or you're going to come to a live meeting, whatever it is, what I want you to do is go on the website, okay, which is getstarted247.com. The passcode is 1051R. Go on there, download the flipbook, check out the steps, get a 3-ring binder and print off everything that you need. That way when you go to your meeting, you have all the information. It doesn't matter if you don't know what it means yet. The point is you have it, and as you meet with your upline, tab, or whoever is going to help you to walk through the information, you're like, okay, I have my manual, I'm ready to learn, I'm really excited, okay, and I can take notes and I can walk through the system, okay? Does that help you? Good, good, good. Okay, so everyone has, I'm looking at the panel members here because I can see them, but does everyone have at least one option written down? Yes? Okay, good. So now just put that in your calendar. Like Jen said, her little workshop is from 10 to noon this Saturday. I think that's an important point. Okay, this Saturday, there is a sense of urgency with this. There's a sense of urgency to get this information out to your team. Number one, because your business is going to grow faster. Okay. Number two, to capture the excitement. I've always been told that you want to take advantage of an event within 72 hours of leaving the event. And you can see, I mean, Michelle got a 3-day trial out to her cab driver. That's hilarious. Yeah, I got a name and number on the guy from the guy in the airport. So really cool. It's a great example of taking advantage of the information that you've learned in the first 72 hours. So utilize that excitement, okay, and get it out to your team right away. Say, you guys, I'm so excited about this. They're going to get off this call. They're probably going to call you tonight. They're like, it's 10 o'clock. I don't even care. We should meet right now, okay, because they're just so pumped up. So Jen, I love what you said about the sense of urgency and creating that workshop in just a few days. That's great. So I guarantee, I know Jen was on the phone today contacting her team like, hey, we're having this workshop. You got to come on Saturday. Make sure you have a 3-ring binder. Go on the website, print out your stuff, bring it all. I'm going to walk you through the steps on Saturday. Okay, there's a sense of urgency to that. I know also in our community, our hub is having a meeting tomorrow with all of our wellness coaches to share the information from the Denver training. So sense of urgency, get it out there. And our job as leadership, and leaders meaning the people that receive the information in Denver, our job is to bring it home, to duplicate it, and tell people how excited we are, and hold the integrity of the system, and not deviate from the steps that we've learned. So tons of information there tonight, and so much excitement. But right now on my piece of paper, I have 5 options, right, for ways that I can personally get the information and excitement out from the Denver training to the rest of our team. So hopefully that helps you guys. Your takeaways are, number 1, to pick which way you're going to get the information. And number 2, to put it on your calendar for tomorrow morning. When are you going to have your workshop? When are you going to have your coaches call? What time and what day is your Zoom? Who are you inviting? How are you going to invite them? Okay, and come up with a list of distributors, even tonight, right now. Take 5 minutes after this call is done. Make a list of the people that maybe weren't in Denver with you, but you wish they were, right? And let them know that, hey, it's no problem that you weren't there, okay? It's no problem at all. I know you were on the Monday night call. I know you heard some of the information. So let's set up a call to meet on Thursday, and we'll go through the steps one by one together, and it'll be great. You'll be all caught up, and you can continue to build your webs and get people started on the 3-day trials. Okay, so hopefully that is helpful for you guys. So the 2 websites, right? GetStarted247.com. The second one that I mentioned tonight is MondayZoom.com. That is so epic and so duplicatable. I love it. Shout out to Marie Smith for creating that genius idea. Okay, and we have that website, so now we can all get back on the call on Monday night and share our stories about what we did this week, not only to increase our action personally, but also to duplicate the information from Denver to the rest of our team. So next week, we'll be able to hear some of those stories about which of those 5 options you guys chose and how you got that information out to your team, okay? So lots of excitement here coming out of Denver, lots of action items, all kinds of action, personal action coming, all kinds of duplication happening within our organization. I saw Facebook was blowing up with pictures and fun things. Our hub was hopping today with all of the energy and excitement. So I want to give a shout out to our panel members, Sarah and Brian and Michelle and Chaz and Jen. Thank you guys so much, and have an awesome evening, everyone. We will talk to you soon.